Okay, real treat for you here. I'm here with Sam Cervantes, who is the CEO of Solidoodle.com. The Solidoodle is a machine I was videoing earlier on. It's one of the lowest cost printers here. The resolution is great, actually. The price point, I don't see a huge difference between that and some of the really expensive items here. And the speed is amazing. So that's where I'm going to start. Sam, how does it work so fast? Because it's churning stuff out over there at an amazing rate. What's the secret of your speed with Solidoodle?
Oh, sure. The secret is really good design. You know, we have a great team of engineers and designers back in Brooklyn, New York. We're headquartered in Brooklyn, and we make really good printers. Our printers stand for two things: affordable and easy to use. So our printers work right out of the box, and they come fully assembled, ready to go for the low price of just $500 US. That's where they start, and it's a great printer. It works right out of the box.
So I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, okay, for a guy like me who wants to prototype stuff quickly and then maybe find a laser sintering manufacturer or someone who can produce it in big models, why would I want to go anywhere else? It seems to have all the kit. How have you managed to jam all that into such a keen price point?
Oh, right. So how do we achieve the low price point of just $500 fully assembled for a printer that you pull out of the box, you plug it in the wall, one-click software install, and it just works? How have we achieved that great price? The secret is really good design. I have an aerospace engineering background. We have a really good team to support us, and it's just really good design. We work really hard to design a printer that's both low cost and also easy to use. We've also we took a lot of the waste out of a typical 3D printer. Our printer does one thing: it prints plastic and it prints really well. We're limited to one color, and we're limited to 8 inches build area, so we focused on just doing one thing and doing it really well. So that's how we've gotten that really good price point.
Okay, now I was just came back from the Maker Fair in Newcastle, and I saw a RepRap printer running from a Raspberry Pi. And this got me really excited. When you're looking at longer term product development, do you look at things like the Raspberry Pi and think to yourself, that could be a really great add-on to our device? Or is it easier and more efficient for you to build your own hardware and software to control the printer operations?
Well, that's really interesting. So, you asked a bunch of different questions there. First of all, I love Raspberry Pi. I've got a Raspberry Pi myself. I play with it, I hack it. I think Raspberry Pi is a great project and really cool what they're trying to do.
Would you say that perhaps Solidoodle is kind of like the Raspberry Pi of 3D printing?
I think that's fair in a way. Raspberry Pi did something that nobody else was able to do. Raspberry Pi was able to create a $25 or $35 computer on a board. You pull it out of the box and it just works. And that's what we've done. I'd like to think that's what we've done with the 3D printer. When we launched our Solidoodle 2 1 year ago in April of 2012, we gave the world a $4.99 3D printer, fully assembled, which nobody had ever done before. So in that sense, I guess you could kind of consider us the Raspberry Pi of 3D printing. Do we want to incorporate a Raspberry Pi in our machine? Solidoodle is two things, remember. We're affordable and easy to use. So I have heard of people printing on a Raspberry Pi. It is possible to run your Solidoodle from a Raspberry Pi. Is that something we're going to do in the future? That remains to be seen. But it is possible. But our focus is really on keeping the printer affordable, and so we require you to keep the printer plugged into your computer while you run, and that takes some of the electronics off of the printer, and it allows you to utilize electronics that are already on your computer, and it keeps it affordable. So we're really focused on keeping the machine affordable and easy to use. So.
Okay, and a final question now, because you've got a whole lot of people queuing up around your machine over there. They want to ask you more stuff. I got to ask this: you're the CEO of a 3D printer company. That's a pretty small club, and it's a pretty awesome club. Where do you see 3D printing 5 years from now?
5 years from now, I see a 3D printer on nearly every home in the world, just like an inkjet printer. 3D printing, we've seen magnificent growth. We've already sold 4,000 printers in just year 1 alone, and I see big growth prospects for the future. I see a very bright future for 3D printing.
Okay, you heard it here from a man who should know better than a guy like me. Sam, that is awesome. Thank you very much indeed, and best of luck with Solidoodle. I have to say, of all the machines here, it's probably the one I'm going to buy for my own prototyping stuff. So I'd say thank you very much.
Thank you. It's been my pleasure.